Oh,
Hello, Dave. How are
hi,
you?
Peter.
How's it going?
Uh, uh,
500 miles
yeah,
north,
t
south.
today
Oh,
was a very
goodness
good,
me, what picture that I saw the pictures yesterday,
yeah,
last night.
yeah.
Yes. How is it
Yesterday was
going?
brilliant.
Tell us all
Uh,
about it.
it was, it's been very good up until yesterday. Yesterday was, it was literally hell would have been better than yesterday.
Where are
Um,
you exactly, Dave?
Pardon?
Where are you now?
I'm in a sort of hostel that's actually closed now because of COVID, that's owned by a local yeser, who basically opened it up and let us stay or use it as a base for 4 days. So it's been very good because it means that we can get dry. And it means also with the new restrictions that have come in, we're in our bubble in a place that's not got anyone else in it, nor likely to have for some time. So it's very good.
You made a statement, a wee statement in the morning
Yes,
because of the
yeah,
COVID crisis, because
yeah,
of the new measures announced by the
yes.
First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon. So tell us about it.
Well, we believed it was important. I mean, on both walks, I believe yesterday, everyone was quite nervous that something would come in, maybe to put the 5 mile restriction back on again. If that had happened, we would have had no, well, the people in this march would have had no option but to postpone the rest of the walk until after the restrictions were released. As you say, I can't speak for the other march, the other walk, but we'd basically agreed that if there would be restrictions to 5 miles, we would find it very difficult to be able to carry the Yes movement with us. And we need everyone to sign this covenant. So there was no point in alienating people. So that was our idea. But we were hoping desperately it wouldn't happen. And as it happens, it didn't. So the walk continues. But we've had to change a few things. Because obviously it's not possible to go with other yesers anymore, to go to their houses because of the new restrictions. But we've got a caravan coming on, I believe Saturday or Sunday,
Mhm.
and we're going to be using that, so we're still stuck in our bubble. So it'll be protected. So we should be both finished the walk, and we've already done about 12% of that.
Oh dear. You can see the pictures on Facebook and also in the website,
Yeah,
the Long Walk to Freedom slash the round table
yeah,
1320 is
yeah.
like that. Well, you can see my blog, The Bridge Between Galicia and Scotland, all the links and the interviews with the walkers of the 500 miles and this new event. Tell me about the people. How are people reacting with the convenant or the? Have you collected many signatures or?
We don't collect signatures. We're out to basically tell people that are not in our sort of online bubbles, um, that this thing is available, and that is based on a historical event that happened in the 1950s. So we're out. The digital covenant is by its very definition digital. The problem is that not everyone is tied into digital. So we're trying to act as an interface between digital and organic. So we're talking to people. We held a street stall a couple of days ago in Broadford that was very successful. We had loads of
Mhm.
people like coming and talking to socially distant, and say we had our own sanitizer and gloves there and everything, and. And we were showing people these little business cards that we have, and saying, well, look, if you agree with the statement on that side, go to the address on the other side and sign, because it's the only way that you can exercise your sovereign power to have independence. Yes, you can vote in an election, but then they might not do what you say, or you might be told by another government in another country that you can't do what you say. But the bottom line is, if you do it this way, you can do it. You don't have to wait for another election. You can, yeah. As soon as we hit 2.2 million signatures, that's it. It's party time. So that's the intention. As I say, obviously it'll start slowly. It's like a lot of snowball on a hill. But by the time we get to the end, we expect it's going to be rolling tons. As I say, we've been speaking to people. We're still doing our social media stuff, but mainly we're talking to people. I mean, the amount of English people that we've met here, like on the walk, they'll stop in a lay-by and ask, "What are you doing?" Or they'll toot on the way back. What are you doing? We're sitting telling them, and we have not had a single negative comment from an English person. It seems to be like cringe Scots that actually seem to hate us. Yeah, we've been very, very surprised with the response. Honestly, it's like a Bridges for Indy walking up the road. It's like toot 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 toot. As I say, I did this 2 years ago. And we were getting a response about like too good for one bad. Honestly, it's you hardly see a bad anymore. It's all good.
So you're noticing a big change between the first experience and now this experience.
Yeah. Big change. The thing is that we can't liaise quite as closely with the groups as we did last time because of the COVID stuff, and the Sky was hit pretty bad with the care home. But you want to see the COVID stuff up here. It's amazing. When you go to a shop, they've got everything all set up. They've got someone standing there. You get sanitized before you go in. And it doesn't feel that you're being herded like military. It just feels like these people really are taking care. And you don't see that down the Central Belt. And in Edinburgh, you would hardly know that COVID exists anymore. Whereas up here, they're taking it very seriously. And that makes it so much easier for what we're doing. It's like, and of course, Sky people are Sky people. they're just they're the salt of the earth. My wife, she loves Sky. I'd like it if it's 5G, but I can't handle not having internet. So although I'm talking to you on the internet now, I wouldn't have done that like 12 years ago when I lived here. So, but the people up here, they're amazing. As I say, like, yeah, they couldn't be better.
Well, people in Scotland, in general, are very warm and very friendly, you know.
Yeah.
And it's very familiar also, you know. So it's great to see that the reactions are good for you and you are noticing a change between the first experience and right now, because obviously the panorama has changed.
Yeah.
Tell us about your feet. How do you handle this walk? Because you know, in the Camino de Santiago, the way, the pilgrim way, there is a saying, and it's no victory without pain.
Yeah.
So when I saw your pictures today in your Facebook page, and yesterday, I thought, oh goodness me.
Yeah, basically, I've not actually had too much pain. Everything was good till yesterday. We hit the rain yesterday and all of a sudden it just went bang. And I took my socks off last night and the blister had actually gone right round my toe and under my nail. I'm going to lose my nail, but probably quite soon. But then today, I dried off again. Fortunately, I was well prepared this time. I have different shoes for different days. Even if it's not raining, I change them over every day so that you've got less pressure on each on the same part of your foot each day. So I changed over today, and this morning I was getting a bit of pain with my little toes. But I went away, and after about a mile in, the pain just went away, and everything was great. We had a large hill to walk up today, and we finished like 20 minutes before our normal time. We're now starting to average about 2.2 miles an hour, which is up since we started, and I'm losing weight. I am losing weight. Thank you, God. Yes, it's great. It's,
fantastic.
I was very disappointed that I couldn't actually finish walking the first one because I had to take over organising, like when we lost our driver, and it's sat with me for the last 2 years that these other people that I was on the whole journey with, but did it and I didn't, and I thought this time, okay, like this is unfinished business, I'm going to do it. And 2 days ago, I knew that I had a very, very big hill to climb, and that's my problem. Like, climbing hills is very, very difficult. I've got two herniated discs in my spine, which that's why I'm walking with a stick. But Pedro, who's with me, he's got 2 hernias as well. So we've got 4 hernias walked today, 2 pirates, 4 hernias, and 500 miles.
Wow.
12.
Wow. Tell me about the next leg, the next stage tomorrow. Which is
what stage?
The next stage. You're walking tomorrow in 2?
Yes, yeah. We leave from Dunan, and we go as far as Broadford, but then instead of following the road that we came in, we turn south towards Armadale. But we've got a stop overnight tomorrow. I can't remember the name of the place it is. And then the following night we stop at Armadale and we get the ferry across to Mallaig. So we're back on the mainland like the day after tomorrow, on Friday evening. And then we've got 2 days after that, we've got something a little bit special starting at, oh man, I forgot the name. I can't believe this. It's one of the place where the Harry Potter.
Because you're tired, Dave. You're tired.
That's what it is.
You know that when if you are physically tired,
my memory's terrible. Yeah.
Don't worry.
On Monday night, basically, it's a place. 2 years ago, we did a special thing at Culloden, which was basically the end of the 1745 rebellion, and what we're going to do this time is we're going to where it all started when the Jacobites first landed in 1745 and first raised their standard. So we're going to be there on Monday. We've got something a little bit special going to be happening there that will probably get us all locked up in the Tower of London forever. And
you will be broadcasting everything, of course.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely.
I love your wee videos in the morning. I love your wee updates. And also Independence Life is broadcasting all.
Yes, well, basically, there's me, but Pedro Mendes, Andy and Lecky, they're both Independence Live, and they're on the same walk. So they're the other 2 walkers. But
I remember Pedro, yes. Hello, Pedro.
Yeah. We were joined by, at the weekend, by Fiona for 3 days, and she walked the whole distance for 3 days. But then she had to go back home. So, but she might be coming back again. She's looking to get time off to be able to do the rest of the walk, because you form a family very, very quick when you're going through the same stuff all the time. Yet today we were laughing and joking. Yesterday we were crying and swearing, but we were all doing it together. So,
Yes, it's a great experience, isn't it? I would love to be there. I would love. Yes, I wish I was there. Yes.
I know. I remember you coming in the last couple of days last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this experience, that walking is a great experience. And of course, the brotherhood and sisterhood
yeah,
that every experience like that, walking
yeah,
from such part of the country until the other one,
yeah,
miles and miles and miles,
yeah,
it gives you another concept of the
yeah,
universe, of
yeah,
the relationships, of
yeah,
the, yeah, it's just amazing. The most important thing is to share info, and people
yeah.
should know about this new event, the 500 miles. There's people on the north, yeah,
We'll be watching them every day as well, and it's because we left at the same time.
yeah.
And we know that we're going to meet up again on November the 5th in Edinburgh. It's like we're watching them, and of course, as I say, I was on the first one with the people that are doing this one, and most of the support team. So it feels like we're sort of like the 500 miles, the next generation, while the original cast are doing the big one. But I mean, I just couldn't do that anymore. My health wouldn't allow it, because this is much slower. Um, it suits what I'm doing, and I mean, it's helping my health as well. I can feel it already. This is day 6, and already I'm starting to feel comfortable walking, and I've not felt comfortable walking for 2 years. So it's great.
Be careful, because I was joking with Carl and Ever, yeah,
Yeah.
and they are addicted to walking. So so be careful.
I can understand why you would. There are a lot of things, but I'll never get addicted to it. It's just for me. It's painful to walk these sort of miles. When I hit a hill, it really it hurts to go up it. My breathing is not as good as it used to be. I'm almost 60-year-old, for goodness sake. And it's not as easy. So it's not something that I would do for fun. That this is all a means to an end. That's what we were saying yesterday. If we'd have had to cancel, it would have been absolutely terrible. And yet, the whole point of doing it is because we can, because we're sovereign. And at the end of the day, we're trying to actually get people to exercise this sovereignty, or realise what they have, and they can do it as simple as signing the covenant. And then, of course, and then suddenly it's like, well, your sovereignty is being impinged by a nanometrical virus. It's just like, and you have to carry the people with you, and that's that. I think the amount of support that we've got online. I mean, we're getting great support out here. There's so many positive reactions on the roads, and we're getting it online as well. But the thing is, we can see it online. The people online can see it online. The people offline can't see it online. So basically, this is all buzzing around this big universe, and we're the only people that can actually see it all happening. But if you can see one part of it, believe me, the other part is just as active. And I think we've got an absolutely great chance of getting the signatures that we need. I don't think that we're going to get them all during the walk, but I think we'll have enough during the walk to have started the snowball running, and I believe we'll have it very, very soon in the new year. And if we do, that's going to put massive pressure on the politicians coming up to the elections. Because if we have a majority of Scots actually saying we want out of the union now, and for a politician to then try and put it back for 2 years is not particularly before an election. So we'll see what happens. As I say, I'm hoping that things are going to happen. I don't hold out a great hope because previous experience, and as I say, I see today that certain accounts haven't been published again. So I'm starting to worry if the SNP can afford to actually fight a referendum in a minute, because none of these accounts should have been produced twice already. Now they're talking about another 3 weeks. So I dare say we'll see. But it's a guaranteed thing. If you want independence, sign the Scottish Covenant. If 2.2 million people do, we will get it.
Well, Dave, I give you last question is a message to your followers and to the Scots who are seeing you and following the long way, the long walk to freedom. A message to them.
Sign the covenant. We all have a different idea of what independence is. We all have different ideas of what kind of country we're going to be in afterwards. Some support different political parties. We've got different political philosophies. Sign the covenant, and we can deal with all those questions together afterwards.
Well, Dave, a pleasure speaking to you again. Thank you for this update of the long walk to freedom. Okay, we'll be in touch. I'll be following your updates and your broadcasting because I love that. Okay, and all of you, please follow and visit the website and give a good vibes to Dave and all the workers and good energy to them. Okay, on you go. Gun yourselves. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye bye. Cheers.